I did it again, as the American philosopher Brittany said. So I did it again. I'm a tool hound, but I try to be very careful with my money. And clearly, in the video before, I went over my limit, which is kind of funny because back in 2003, when I bought that DeWalt NiCad $500 5-tool set, that was like the bee's knees right back then. And those things, the brushes burned out and they smelled like ozone every time you used them. The batteries collapsed, and then, you know, like in the other video, I said, you know, I'm just not going to do that again. I'm not going to pay premium for tools that just die. So I bought the Ryobi 1 plus 18 volt, and I got a deal like $200. Got a bunch of tools, but then I was the other day, last week, window man asked me to cut a little piece of just about 1/8 of an inch of plywood that was resisting him from getting a window installed. So I pulled out the old Ryobi 18 volt, and as I was cutting it, I got that whiff of ozone off of the tool. I'm like, man, this thing's dying. Not imminently, but it's gonna go. But I started researching and everything. So in the video before, I got the $600 thing. And man, those tools are absolutely amazing. But then as I kept researching, I'm like, man, there's just more deals out there. So the deal I got today, I couldn't hold myself back. So now I'm in $800 to Milwaukee. You first buy the charger, which now I got two 5 milliamp batteries, and then you get a free tool. And this thing on Home Depot, just the tool, no battery, no nothing, is $200. So I said, you know what? I don't want to lose money on this thing. So I went ahead. So now I'm into Milwaukee for $800. But you know the thing for you tool hounds out there and you tradesmen, I'm just a superintendent, so I don't know as much as you guys do. But there's this curious thing that I'm noticing about the M18 Fuel line. And it's tool only for the 7 1/4 recirc saw is still like $250. With all the deals that are going on, and you can call me dumb, and you're probably right, but I think the value I got in these tools this past week have been for the high premium, the battery technology, the everything. I think I did my homework, and I'm, you know, not the skinniest girl in the fat farm, but you know, I may be 2 or 3 on value of what the huge expense I paid, which I think $800 for battery ops is crazy. I mean, I've got pneumatic stuff through the attic, through the wall, all the way. I got air tools. I got them. But man, why is it that Fuel M18 is still the circ saw still $250-ish? Well, that's a heavy power consuming tool. And on the circ saw, that framing crew, he's making 200 cuts a day on that thing. And I'm pretty certain, it's been a long time since I've been a cut man because everything was quartered back then. I'm pretty sure this 5 milliamp ain't doing 100 cuts. In the second one, I don't think I'm going to get through the day at all as a cut man on a frame crew with just that, which means I got to charge the batteries. I got to come back. Just park me at my bench, have the master framer up high, call down cuts to me, and I'm just going to, with a corded tool, I'm going to serve him hot bread all day long, like when I was a young man. But I wonder if that's what Milwaukee's trying to do. Why is that circ saw still nowhere near discounted? It leads me to imagine They've got a battery technology because their whole mantra is to get rid of all electrical cords on the job. And so it makes me think that they are coming up with a battery technology for that super high power consumer circ saw for the framer, and maybe even the chop saw for the trim carpenter when he's just rifling cuts through all day of baseboard, door casing, crown molding. He's just working that saw. And I think that these current batteries are not really probably ready for the serious pro. I mean, I don't want to talk bad about handyman, but what I think of a pro that shows up on a job, he's going to be there 2 to 14 days, not 4 hours. So I don't know that person at all that does a 4-hour job, 2 hour. The guys just show up and they just are there for a long time. It makes me wonder if that's what Milwaukee's trying to do, and that's why that circ saw is not discounted. But daggone it, I want that thing. Daggone it.